Hello, and welcome back to the Tea and Soju C Drama podcast, your drama hangout for all things C drama. I'm your host, Liliana, so grab your tea, pour your soju, and let's chat dramas. In today's episode, it is the end of the month, which can only mean it's time for a currently watching episode. That means I'm going to be going through what my currently watching list is looking like at the end of July, and at the end of the episode, I take you through all the rumors that are floating around for Chinese dramas in the month of August. But first, a little housekeeping. If you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the platform you are listening on. It really helps Tea and Soju reach more drama fans. For extra content, check out Patreon, where you'll find behind the scenes content, first impressions, Zoom meetups, and more. I would like to thank my patrons are Purple Dinosaurus, Marta, Caitlin, Rasheen, Nancy, Jane, Cindy, Valerie, Naz, JM, Holly, Haley, Maria, Nikki, Laura M, Judy Kell, Julia, Alan, Karen S, Cheryl, Ariane, Palms, Laura S, Sapphire, Stephanie, Mischief Kate, Anastasia, Boo Lovey, Ange, Lauren, Sandra, Reem, Janine, and Karen G. So thank you guys so much for supporting Tea and Soju over on Patreon. I hope you guys are enjoying the content that I put out on there. And if you'd like to chat to me or join a community, come find me on Discord, Instagram, and the socials. Everything is linked in the episode notes. So, guys, it's the end of the month, which means I take you through what my currently watching list is looking like right now. And there's been a couple of shifts on this list. And I tell you what, last month life happened, and I think a lot of the dramas that I was watching I kind of hit pause on, or you know nothing really was piquing much of my attention for the longest time. So actually I think I only finished like 3 dramas in July, which is wild because I've been finishing, actually, I know these numbers because I've been planning my mid-year review for the podcast, and I was going through all of them, and I've been averaging about 7 dramas per month. So I feel like July was an anomaly, but there is still stuff to talk about, and there's hopefully some stuff to look forward to. Although August seems quiet to me in terms of things that I'm interested in watching. But we will see. We will see. If you are new here, you might not know that I divvy up my episode into categories. And this really helps me and you figure out what I'm, pressing play on straight away. What are my priorities in Dramaland right now? And I have a little announcement. So I'm playing around with some new categories. And I just wanted it to feel more tea and soju. So here are the new categories. The first one up is Tea is Piping Hot. That is my absolutely loving category. And these are dramas I'm completely obsessed with. These are the ones I'm watching like new episodes the moment they drop, and I can't stop thinking about. So this category is one of those that not often there's a drama in there, but if there is, I'm running for that episode. The dramas that end up on my era's dramas of the year, or that end up being, my all time favorites for the year, they tend to be in this category, let's put it that way. So the next category is Steeping Nicely. These are dramas I'm really enjoying. So it's dramas I'm always looking forward to each week. They're close to becoming obsession, but not quite there. Something just is slightly holding them back for the time being. Then we have the slow sips. These are like my dramas that I'm enjoying at a more relaxed pace. I may be a little behind on episodes, but I'm still having a great time with them. And then we have the left behind. These are dramas that they just don't work. They've been seeped and tried, and they end up in my dropped list. And I actually said this to the drama trio. Unfortunately, it seems like my dropped haven't been that many this year. Not unfortunately, fortunately. Either I'm picking better dramas or I'm just sticking with them, but my dropped I haven't really been dropping that much lately. Then we have the finished brewing. These are the dramas that I've all finished up, in the sort of last month. And I'll also just give you a very quick final thought on them and the rating that I gave them. And then we have on my calendar, these are dramas that have confirmed release dates and that I'm looking forward to starting. And then to wrap up the episode, we have our Rumour Corner. These are all the rumored dramas that I've managed to accumulate for the next month. And like we said with C dramas, nothing is ever guaranteed until that first episode hits your screen. It might not happen. So take it always with a pinch of salt. I have become fairly good at knowing which rumors to believe and which not to believe. And if there's one that I particularly think is coming, then I'll let you know. But sometimes I get it wrong too. But, that is our currently watching episode. So let me guide you through it. Let's see what tea is piping hot, what's steeping nicely, and what I've left behind this month. I'll also share everything I've finished brewing, what's on my calendar, and of course, we'll end up with the rumor corner. That is our new gateway into this new episode. So, tea is piping hot. Not so much, because there is nothing in this list. It is empty, 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 empty. And you might be asking, why is Blossoms of Power not on this list? I don't know. I don't know. Well, actually, I do, but I'll get to it. Um, Unfortunately, this particular category is empty right now, which I'm very sad about. I am a little bit sad to not have a drama to be obsessing over. Um, and from the dramas that I've sort of collected for August, I think it's going to remain empty, guys. I think it might remain empty unless something pulls a trick out of a hat. I think I might be looking at another month with this category empty, but we shall see. We shall see. So, moving swiftly along to steeping nicely. These are my really enjoying dramas. First up on this list is Teach You a Lesson. Now, I said that my tea is piping hot might stay empty. This might be the exception. This might be the drama that makes it into that category. I am loving this drama. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. And the only reason why I haven't binged it is because I'm currently watching this with my partner, which means that we watch like half an episode a day, which is driving me crazy because I so badly just want to sit down and binge it. We're now up to episode 4, and I dislike everybody and I love some of the characters as well. I just think the cases, I love, 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 love the fact that every new episode we get a new sort of school to deal with and a new case to deal with. I think that makes the story so interesting to watch. So, if you don't know, Teach You a Lesson is actually a K drama and it is a Netflix production starring Kim Myo Yul, Lee Song Min, Jin Ki Jo, and P.O. as well. So this is like the bulk of the show. These are the characters that you will see every single episode. And then everybody else is kind of an in and out of sorts. They come in and they go out depending on what case they're working on for that week, for that specific episode, if that makes sense. So this is 10 episodes and it actually dropped on June 5th. So I am late to the party, but once I saw that Caitlin from No Sleep for Dramas gave this a 10 out of 10, I was like, I gotta press play on this. I absolutely just have to press play on this. So It is very much an 18 plus. There is violence galore in this. It is hard to watch because it is about school violence, school, bullying, and not just that, but they actually go through some like psychological bullying as well, which is quite interesting. They show you the other side of the coin. But the sort of plot of this is that kids have kind of gone wild in schools, and this, so they build a board of people that go into the school, and they're allowed to do whatever they want. They are allowed to use whatever means they deem necessary to bring that school up to snuff again. If that means violence, they are going to use violence. If, by whatever cost, if it means like corporal punishment, that is what they will use. And one of the running threads is that if adults are afraid of children, then the world is doomed. And that kind of like sums up what the show is about. I'm not going to spoil, so I'm not going to say anything else. There are very other threads running through, but that is the main plot. It's about these, group of people that go into schools that are really, really, really bad, and they go in and they use whatever means they have to bring those schools back up to snuff again. So I am really, 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 really interested in this. And actually, I think so. Last year we had study group, and I loved study group. I think this may beat study group. I don't know, but I am loving this so much. And I think it honestly is because we get, that new case every single episode. It really, really keeps the story going for me. So that is Teach You a Lesson, and I'm watching it on Netflix. Next up on this category is Blossoms of Power. Now, Blossoms of Power is, by the time this episode airs, it'll be done. However, I am not paying for FastPass. I hate the fact that Tencent basically released a FastPass and they said there's no episodes for VIP for 5 days or whatever, however long it is. So if you want to watch it without buying the FastPass, you need to wait like 6 days for it to be available to you. And I opened up literally within an hour of the last episodes being out through the fast pass. I opened up my Instagram, and boom, I got spoiled. So I know the ending, and I'm just like, do you know what? It's not worth it. It is absolutely not worth me paying. Not that the ending is not worth it. That's not what I mean. I mean, I already know the ending. I can wait the 6 days because I've already been spoiled anyways, if that makes sense. I little side tangent here, but I absolutely hate this new wave of having to spoil everything with no warning. There was like not a single like spoiler alert, nothing. And I'm just like, you're just going to suck the enjoyment out of watching these dramas for a lot of people. And that is so frustrating. As someone who does create content, I try really hard not to spoil anything. Because look, I don't usually mind spoilers, but if you're going to spoil me on the ending of something, at least give me a little warning. But yeah, that's an aside. That's an absolute aside. So, Blossoms of Power. So, this is starring Meng Ziyi and He Yu, and it is one of those stories where she basically dies and then comes back and, is somebody else, and she has to make sure she doesn't, ruin her life again. Not that she ruined her first life, somebody else kind of dictated her life for her in her first life, and she doesn't want to go down that road. So I love the fact that she's incredibly smart. He is incredibly smart. I love how their relationship was kind of cultivated and how it grew. I love seeing them scheme together. It is such a joy to watch them scheme together. And this is kind of like a reverse harem because at the beginning she has quite a few princes kind of like vying for her attention. And she's very much like, I am not going to fall in love. I am just going to marry the one that I deem the fittest in terms of who's going to make my life easier? Who is going to not lead me to death? Those types of questions. So I really, really loved all of that aspect of it. I thought it was brilliant. I'm really enjoying, like I said, their chemistry. However, my biggest gripe with this is Mengzi. I'm not saying she's not a good actress, but it's like I have seen this character from Mengzi for her past three dramas at this point. So I feel like I'm a little bit fatigued of seeing her in this sort of role. And she has gotten better towards the end. I feel like she has gotten better. So that's exciting. I do feel like her you really, 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 really needs a female lead that can go toe to toe with him. Um, but that's an aside. Also, the last couple of episodes that I've watched is probably what, episode 29 to 31, maybe? Because I'm like an episode behind of what is actually released. Not, for VIPs, not including the express pass. So I think I'm like up to episode 31. But for a couple of episodes, they lost me. They lost me for a couple of episodes. I was like, ugh. When you start reaching for your phone, that's never a good sign. So they did lose me for a couple of episodes, and I think that's why this is not on my tea is piping hot, but it is like on my steeping nicely because I am overall really enjoying it, but I have qualms with it overall. But that is Blossoms of Power, and that can be caught on WeTV and Viki. And if you're in the States, it's 10 cent, exactly the same as WeTV. Um, so, next up, we have the Thai BL Peach and Me. Now, this drama, guys, this is a four episode kind of like, it's not really a spin off, it's more like a continuation of last year's Me and Thee. And for some reason, I just find these two so charming to watch. So basically, it stars Pond and he plays Thee, and Thee is like a very dramatic, over the top character. Like he's so over the top. And in Me and Thee, he meets Peach and they kind of, fall in love whole situation. But obviously Peach is from a very, very modest background. He's not, I wouldn't say he's like poor poor, but he's not rich. Well, he is poor. Uh, and V is very rich, like mega rich. Like I want to live in his house, kind of rich. My God, that house alone has me in a chokehold because it is a stunning house. So they kind of got together in the first season, which is like I think 10 episodes, and it came out last year. I think last year. So we have that. And now we have kind of like the continuation of them after marriage. And this is only four episodes. So they're kind of like almost just checking in with characters. And I'm so here for it because he's so over the top. He's so over the top, but they are so incredibly cute together that I'm like, I love this. I really, really adore this. And there's, two cute kids now. So this is a very, very easy watch. The last episode's coming up on August 1st. So I will be tuning into that and finishing this up. This will be the first thing that I finish in August. Sadly, because I do really enjoy watching these. If you just want like a turn your brain off kind of drama and, a fun drama to watch, then definitely check out Me and Thee if you're into BLs. And then you can swiftly move straight into this one, which is Peach and Me. I honestly, best time watching this one. It's a lot of fun. And the reason why is not in Tea is piping hot. Realistically speaking, it's not, the greatest story in the world. It truly isn't. But do I have fun watching it? Absolutely, I do. So that is it for my steeping nicely category. Next up, we have the slow sips. These are dramas I'm enjoying at a more, relaxed pace. I'm definitely behind on episodes, but I'm still having a great time with them. And the first one on that list is another K drama, and that is Spooky in Love. Now, I absolutely went into this drama for one reason and one reason only, and that's Park Bin. I see Park Bin and I'm like, Yes, please, and thank you. Because I feel like she's such a talented actress and she's very versatile too. Like, I've seen her in such wildly different roles. Because I literally just finished The Wonderfuls this month or last month. It was either this month or last month. And she was great in that and such a different character to what she's playing in this one. So I love watching her. And this also stars Yang Se Jong. And basically, he is a public defender, I believe. And he kind of obviously investigates cases. Now, she sees the dead. So they keep bumping into each other because she's trying to solve these people's problems, well, these ghosts' problems, and they obviously keep bumping into each other. And her thing is that she cannot touch people because she kind of curses them without, meaning to, especially men. There's this ghost that kind of doesn't want her to be with anybody. Now, that story I'm sure will develop as we watch more of the show, but as of right now, we don't know too much about it. But so far, there is 4 episodes out, and I have watched 3.5 episodes, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Is it something that it's not mind boggling right now, but I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the concept. It doesn't feel like anything new. And apparently, Korean original story. Apparently, it is a remake of the 2011 drama Spellbound. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. With Son Yeon Jin and Lee Min Ki. It's a movie. It's a movie, not a show. So apparently that's what it's sort of based on. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. So that is Spooky in Love. Next up, we have The Prosecutor's Proposal, another BL. I feel like I've been dipping back into BL so much more right now, and I'm not mad about it. So this is actually finished. So I feel like I just need to sit down and binge the rest of it, which I probably will be doing over like the weekend. So I'm watching this on iQIYI, and it stars Park Si Woo and Kim Yeon Sik as the main couple. And the reason is, so the story kind of revolves around another public defender, and his father was murdered, and he kind of gets it's not an apprentice, but it's kind of like a helper. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? That is annoying. I cannot remember the name. But anyways, somebody who helps him, an investigator of sorts. Yeah, so a prosecutor and an investigator. And so the prosecutor had somebody in his very, very close proximity. I think it was his father, I believe, murdered. And the investigator, his father was the murderer. So they kind of bring forces together to solve cases. My concern is, I think I've watched like 3 episodes right now. My concern is this is very short. They're trying to do a lot in not a lot of time. So I feel like I'll leave it here now. I feel like I'll think it'll be too rushed, but we shall see. So that is The Prosecutor's Proposal, and I'm watching that on iQIYI. Next up, we have Cases Between Us. This is another one that I just randomly press play on, and it is on WeTV, and it is set in Republican era, and it follows the story of Shao Shang, a young man with a love for traditional culture, and Yuan Hong, a talented police officer, and they kind of join forces to solve cases. That is the bare bones of this. This is one of those where it's 36 episodes, but it's only 20 minutes an episode. So technically, it's really not that. It's a lot shorter than it seems. And it stars Zai Zi Lu and Kido Ma as, the two main guys. It is not a BL though. It's nothing like that. They really do just sort of solve cases together. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's set in Republican era. They get to handle a lot of antiques and stuff like that I'm finding very, very interesting to watch. This does feel, a bit of a cheaper budget, but it works for what it is. So overall, I'm enjoying it. So that is Cases Between Us, and I am currently watching that on WeTV. I believe it's only available on WeTV and Tencent. So that is Cases Between Us. Now, next up is Overdue. I am still watching Overdue. I know not everybody is. I do feel like it's getting better, but that's relative because it wasn't that great to start with. So Overdue, I mean, if you've been living under a rock right now, you won't know what Overdue is, but it stars Zhang Ling He and Wang Churan. It is a Republican set drama where Zhang Linghe plays Qing Yi and Wang Churan plays Ren Su Su. And they met, they fell in love, and then he thought she died. And then she comes back as his sister in law. So that is the setup. I was expecting this to be crazy. I was expecting this to be badly directed because this director is honestly just not that good. So I was expecting all of that. The story feels a little bit disjointed, and that's not necessarily good. It feels like a soap opera or a telenovela. That's literally what it feels like. And if you're into that, you may enjoy this. And I honestly do think it's getting slightly better as the show goes on. They're kind of like hitting their stride. I feel like a lot of people have just dropped it though, because first of all, there was a big commotion, rightfully so in my opinion, about the opening credits and the ending credits being completely AI. That was unnecessary. They had and then people rose up about it and they changed it so that no longer is AI. There was no need for it. There was no need for it at all in my opinion, but here we are. So that was like the main thing that was happening. And then people were like, this is just not that good. The acting feels a little bit off. The chemistry feels a little bit off. So I will say, it's not great, but I'm just having fun with it. It's not something that I'm rushing towards. In fact, I am actually quite behind. I'm still like on episode 13 or something like that, and I think there's already 20 episodes out. So I am behind, but I'm just having fun with it, and I think I probably will finish. We shall see. It just depends if like other shiny dramas take my attention. Um, but I didn't think this was going to be as bad as it is, but I'm also just having fun with it, if that makes sense. So that is Overdue. And then, lastly, on this category, and for what I'm currently watching, is something that actually I don't think many people know about, and it is Where Colors Dream. Now, the annoyance about this is that this is only 3 episodes, and it stars Dai Lu Hua and Tang Shi as the two female leads. And it is, again, set in in 1930s, so Republican era, and it's a thriller historical mystery drama. Again, only 3 episodes. What's annoying about this? You can only rent it. I This is the first time I've come across this. So even if you are a VIP member on WeTV where this is airing, you can only rent this show. And I think it's like they give you 120 days or something like that for you to watch it once you rent it. And I believe it's $2.99 to rent all 3 episodes, which is not that bad. Now, am I annoyed that I had to pay to rent this? Yes, but I kept seeing bits for it around, and I looked it up and I was like, I'm so intrigued by this that I really want to watch it. And then I thought, oh, I have Google credits that, Google Play credits that I don't really use. And I was like, great, I'll use that and then I won't feel as bad giving Tencent even more money. I have gripes with Tencent overall, but the story basically, MDL just says the story revolves around the mystery of a fake painting in 1930s Shanghai, financial intrigues, and intricate schemes among the women. So it's quite interesting. Dai Lua plays a character that is, so she basically like fakes paintings. She copies them and makes really, 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 really good fakes. And then Tang Shi Yi plays a character who is like head of this bank, and she finds Dai Lua's character to basically make a fake painting that she needs. And that's kind of like the basic setup for this. But again, it's only 3 episodes, and I've watched the first episode. I need to watch 2 and 3 before my rent runs out. Cannot believe we're renting things on. Okay, I'm gonna get off this soap opera boat. Um, but yeah, so that is Where Colors Dream. Um, Again, only available on WeTV and Tencent. Apparently, it's available on something else, but I don't think it's available to us. Oh, on YouTube. Oh my God, if this opens up and tells me I could have watched it on YouTube and I didn't, I'm going to be so frustrated. Okay, no. You can watch it on YouTube as well, but if it's members only as well, so you'd still have to pay. And I believe it's more expensive on the YouTube channel that MDL says is available on, than it is just paying the 2.99. I'm not encouraging you to pay the 2.99, okay? If this is the best thing I've ever watched all year, then yes, I will come back and I'll tell you, pay the 2.99 and watch it. But if it isn't, I'll report back next month. So, that completes everything that I'm currently watching. It's not too long, but it's a fairly good list right now. Like I said, I'm not obsessed with anything. I hope something does come along that makes me obsessed with it, but as of right now, nothing so much. So let's move on to the next category, which is the left behind or the dropped category. Nothing. I dropped nothing in the last month, to be honest. I also didn't finish much, but I dropped nothing, which makes me quite happy because it means that I'm probably picking things that I truly do want to watch. So it's a good thing for this category to be empty. So that means we can swiftly move along to the next category, which is the finished brewing. This is everything I've completed over sort of the past month, along with some final thoughts and some very quick ratings. So there's only 3 things in this list. Only 3 things in this list. The first one is the first Jasmine. I finally completed this. I really, really enjoyed it. Overall, I thought it was a good drama. Not going to say much more on it because I do intend to review this on the podcast. So I'm not even going to give you my rating for this one because I feel like, I want to fully express everything properly about it on the review. So that is the first Jasmine. I really did enjoy that one. Then next up is something that came out of left field for me, and I sat down and I binged it. And it's probably going to end up on my top dramas for this year. And that is the C drama Bloom Life. Now, this is only available on iQIYI, but it stars Landy Lee and Guju Chen. It also stars Chu Tian and Mukurem Kezir. So this is kind of like your main cast. It's set in Kashgar in the Xinjiang province. So it is very, very different to anything you sort of watched before. If you guys have watched last year's To the Wonder, this is very reminiscent of that because it's so different in terms of setting, in terms of, language, everything. It's quite different to what we're used to seeing. So this kind of like the I don't know how to explain it very much, but it's 3 women kind of finding their own way back, not just to each other, but finding themselves again in a sense. It's only 8 episodes, which to me, I wanted it to be longer. That's how much I enjoyed this drama that I wanted it to be longer. And if you want my full review of this, I actually reviewed it on Patreon. So that is already up. And, I did a non spoiler review for it up there. And I ended up giving this a 9.5 out of 10. That's how much I loved it. I really, really, really enjoyed this. And if you want like a slice of life drama, with, a little twist and with something a little bit different, I highly recommend you check out this one if you have iQIYI. Unfortunately, that's the only place you can watch it, but definitely, definitely worth your time. So that is Bloom Life. And then the other drama that I finished was Xiao Fang. Now, this stars Wang Yinglu and Xin Yun Lai. It also stars Ying Er, Fang Ning, Heidi Wang as, the main cast. And basically, Wang Yinglu's character finds a guy, not finds a guy, falls in love with somebody, falls pregnant, and goes back to her hometown. The two people that do fall in love, so her character and Shin Yun Lai's character, they're from opposite families, and the families kind of really, really dislike each other. Now, a lot of these characters are very unlikable, so I understand why the drama only has a 7.9 on MDL because it's not going to be for everybody. But I loved seeing the women and I loved seeing the found family aspect of it. And not even just found family, just the family itself growing and developing and the women finding themselves. There's a theme. There's clearly a theme to dramas that I'm enjoying right now. Um, but yeah, I ended up really, really enjoying it. I think I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. So, overall, it was a good drama for me and for the mood that I'm currently in. It just seemed to work perfectly. So that is Xiao Fang, and that is all the things that I completed in July. It's been a quiet month, clearly. Let's hope next month is better. So on my calendar, that is dramas with confirmed release dates that I'm looking forward to watching in the coming weeks. And as of right now, there's nothing because I have not found confirmed dates for any dramas that I kind of do want to watch. So it is empty. So let's move on to the last part of today's episode, and that is our Rumour Corner. This is the latest rumored premiere dates, scheduling updates for, to be releasing soon. Now, I always say take this with a pinch of salt. Until that drama is playing on your screen, nothing's given. Nothing's a given. But these are the kind of dramas that, are rumored to premiere. So we have the first one that we have is Jiang Shan Wei Pin. It doesn't have an English title currently. So I should have actually put this into Google. Oh, I'm gonna regret it. If I put this into Google, um will it give me a good translation? I don't know. But let's see what Google says. Google says um, that it translates to the land slash empire as a betrothal gift. So that's like the literal translation according to Google. Um, but the reason why I'm excited for this, so it stars Wu Jin Yan, who is famously known for her main role in The Double. And then this also stars Chen Zhu Yan. So this is our main, characters in this. It also stars Liang Yong Chi, who, funnily enough, played the husband to Wu Jin Yan's character in The Double. So very interesting. It'll be interesting to see them play off each other in this again. And then we have Zhao Yi and Zhang Nan in this as well. This is tagged as a historical romance, and it is going to be 36 episodes. It is a Hunan TV Mango TV drama, which means hopefully Vicky will get it because otherwise I'm not going to watch it. But this is also why I don't think we're getting Chasing Dreams in August. I honestly think Chasing Dreams is probably going to be September time. Possibly, I don't think they'll push it to quarter 4, but I do honestly think it'll be September, possibly October now for Chasing Dreams. Um, I think they'll want to ride the coats of Chen Zuyan's hopeful success with this drama. So we shall see. This is apparently rumored for the 28th of July. Now, you guys will know because by the time this episode comes out, it'll be the 29th of July. So you will know whether this is confirmed or not. But as of right now, when I'm recording, I do not know. Now, the next one is the Mystic Nine against the Coming Storm. This one, I truly do think we will get, and this is rumored for July 30th. This one is looking very, very likely that it will, become a reality. This is Republican era, and it is adventure thriller historical mystery. It's going to be 36 episodes, Yoku production, and it's going to star William Chan. I think he's one of his roles that he's, more known for recently is Love's Ambition with Zalushin. We also have Joseph Zhang and Sabrina Chen as the main cast for this. I might check this out. I don't know. It depends if I have to watch anything else before jumping into this or not, because there is a prequel called The Mystic Nine. Now I don't know if I'd have to watch that first. I'll have to ask Caitlin whether I actually have to watch Mystic Nine before watching this one. Because if that's the case, then I'm not gonna be having time to do both. But yeah, so that is rumored for July 30th. And then next up we have The Genius of Girlfriend. That is just such a title. I don't like the title. So this is going to be 28 episodes. It is going to be an Aichi production, and it is Tian Wei and Hu Yitian, and it is a romance youth drama. I don't know about this because it seems like there is a slight difference because the male lead isn't the genius. Apparently, the female lead is the genius girl. She is straightforward and socially awkward. So they're doing a little bit of a role reversal. I am gonna see what I feel like because I feel like Tian Wei is always just so adorable that it's going to be really hard for me to see her as anything else. So we shall see whether, this works out or not. I think I may check this out. They're going to be solving a scam and participating in club activities, so it's them sort of getting to know each other and whatnot. So that is The Genius of Girlfriend, and that is rumored for August 5th. So next up, you're going to see a pattern. The front half of August seems very loaded because the next one we have is August rumored for August 8th, and that is The Road to Splendor. So this is going to be 36 episodes. It's going to be a historical romance drama, and it's going to be a Tencent WeTV, and it stars Ding Yushi and Ansi Dong as, the main couple. So we shall see. We shall see how this one goes. I'm intrigued by this one. I do really like Ding Yushi. I just don't think I've really vibed with a lot of his dramas. But we shall see how this one goes. So, next up is Fate. This drama has the worst title. So, the title for it is Fated Master and Disciple. I mean, that is just not a title. That just does not entice me to want to watch this, right? It just doesn't. But to be fair, it wasn't one that was going to call to me anyways. So this is going to be a 36 episodes romance wuxia fantasy war. It's going to be airing. It's a multi-platform, so it's Tencent, iQIYI, and WeTV, and it stars Zhu Jingyi and Zhang Yun Long as the main couple. I've seen some of the promo and it kind of like just doesn't call to me. So this is unless somebody's like, "Oh my god, this is really really good." I don't think I'll be pressing play. It's not one that, I personally look forward to checking out. So that is rumored for August 9th. Then we have Against the Current. Now this I'm looking forward to. Against the Current is going to be a historical romance drama, 40 episodes, WeTV Tencent Video, and it stars Tan Song Yoon and Liu Shi Yi as the main couple. I have seen a lot of promo for this and I'm excited. I'm excited. I love Tan Song Yoon and I haven't seen Tan Song Yoon in a historical in such a long time. So I'm very very excited for this. See, where this kind of goes. Um Hopefully, we will see it, but this is rumored for August 24th. Now, we have one that is just rumored for August in general, so I don't know when it will be coming out. And that is, it doesn't even have an English title yet, but it's Xiao Chang Liang Fang, and that is 30 episodes. It's going to be a life drama medical, and it stars Xiao Zhan. So we will be seeing Xiao Zhan on our screens, hopefully in August. We don't know, but hopefully in August. It also stars Nida Hong and Zhang Yan, as well as Shi Pang Yuan, Jian Renzi, and Zhang Guanqing. So this is quite a good cast, but it is a medical drama. It is a medical drama. I don't tend to go for those, but I do want to check out a Shao drama because he so rarely does dramas nowadays. So I probably will, if this is confirmed, I probably will check it out just to see what it is about and to see if it's something that I'll, you know, enjoy watching. So that is Xiao Chang Liang Fong. And that is it. That is all the rumors I've sort of collected for the month of August. Not too many are really, really jumping out at me. Probably against the current. And the Road to Splendor, maybe. Those are kind of the ones that are, and Jiang Shan Wei Pin. Those are kind of the ones that are jumping to me. Mind you, those are all the historicals. Those are all the historicals that are kind of like jumping at me. So, we shall see. We shall see what comes at us. But that is it. That concludes my currently watching episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and come and tell me, what are you currently watching? Is there something that I need to be pressing play on? Because this is the time to do it. Not only is the podcast kind of like ramping down for, not ramping down, slowing down for the end of season 4, but then it means I'm also going to go on hiatus for a month. So I actually get more time to watch dramas. So, like I said, if there's something I need to be watching, this is the time to tell me. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and come and chat to me on all the socials, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye.